Well, as most of the flat earth community already knows, there was a one-time historic flight over the poles scheduled to take place in October. A lot of us thought this was a little fishy, seeing as how this was only slated to be a one-time event. Like, why not travel over the poles and make these flights available daily or weekly even? Also, there was a disclaimer on the website that pretty much prohibited the use of any equipment that could be used to conduct scientific experimentation. Although the flight is open to all who wish to join in, it has come to our attention that some have expressed interest in using this flight as an attempt to disprove or discredit scientific fact. As the safety and comfort of all passengers is our primary concern, we will not permit any scientific or experimental equipment of any kind on board the aircraft. Which was another red flag. But you know how heliocentric enthusiasts like to ignore red flags. Seriously, what could have been proven with this flight anyway? The pilot at some point could have been flying over some random ice shelf, got on the intercom and said, "Attention all passengers, we are now flying over the North Pole." All the passengers would then believe him, going about the pattern of the heliocentric enthusiast of taking the word from some stranger on things that they can't verify for themselves as fact, which is essentially why we all ended up believing in the globe in the first place. Well, it would appear that this whole widely publicized event was just a scam. Avid defender of the globe, Jerry Williams, also known as Greater Sapien, managed to swindle enough money out of his followers to take this one-time historic flight to the tune of $19,397. In a recent video that looked like Jerry had been crying in a corner, he informs his audience that the website has been down for quite some time and that his contact, on the inside, hasn't been able to get in touch with the people who put together this whole shindig. Well, being that Jerry already paid for his business class ticket with the money from his supporters, he's now in a position where he may very well have to come out of pocket to pay those supporters back, seeing as how the company got one over on him. Excuse me. Got him. All right. Anyway. No, really, that sucks, Jerry. I mean, the idea of having to get back in contact with so many different people and manually have to pay them back seems really inconvenient. But to have to pay them back out of your own pocket, man, I couldn't imagine screwing up that big with everybody's money out in the open. Man, I bet you feel real stupid. There are two words in the flat earth community that we speak often. You globe believers discount these two words as an excuse as to why we can't just go to the edge. And you laugh it off as if we're just caught up in some sort of conspiracy theory. And those two words are Antarctic Treaty. And you, sir, may have very well just collected a little more evidence to support us in that claim that we can't just go to Antarctica like that. So maybe we're on to something, huh, Jerry? But I'd expect no less than this massive blunder from someone gullible enough to believe that NASA can really send a probe to the sun at night. One long exposure photo has shown that the launch, as all NASA launches, basically just took off, did some sort of parabolic maneuver and arced back downwards into the sea, most likely not going to space. 2, the probe is also supposed to be able to reach the sun from 93 million miles away, while the sun is currently traveling through the vacuum of space at 450,000 miles per hour, although the concept of thrust in a vacuum has been disproven on multiple occasions. Anyway, you'll be alright. Most of your followers will likely just tell you not to worry about even paying them back. I mean, they don't mind NASA blowing $52 million a day to provide zero benefit to humanity, so I figure they'll just let you slide just the same. So, people who don't believe that we evolved from monkeys, we call this karma. That's all I got for this one.
That's my job. That's what I do. I don't lose. I win. Is there no one on this planet to even challenge me?
Maybe you came by to congratulate me on last night's victory.
You could just see the disappointment on his face.